Hey there guys, so today we have another review and this is a beer from Kane Brewing. A few people commented on my videos, thanks a lot, and recommended that I check out Kane Brewing from New Jersey. They're an up and coming brewery, very popular, so I thought I'd check out the brewery. I did that this weekend and I came back with a growler fill of their flagship beer. I thought I'd review this beer and then also give you guys a little beer talk about my experience at the brewery. So if you want to skip through just the experience of the brewery, you can do that. Just fast forward through the video. So, this is their flagship beer. Yeah, I guess their flagship. This is their IPA, 6.5%, all C-hopped. I guess the traditional C-hop, so Chinook, Columbus, Centennial, Cascade. And then there's also the addition of Citra, that newer hop that we all know and love. So this is their head high, the little growler tag that fell off, but let's dig in. Okay. They definitely fill their beers all the way to the top. It's literally on the brim right now. So let's not make a mess, hopefully. Let's see how this goes. This is always hard. Whoop. All right. Oh, shoot. All right. Okay. All right. Oh, wow. All right. There you go. Pretty good. Not too much spillage. I think I sort of messed up the top on this. No, I think I'm good. Okay. So, oh, wait. I did mess up the top on this. I'll fix that off camera. Yeah, I'll fix that off camera. That's sort of knocked off. Let's dig into the beer first. So, I did actually have this at the brewery. So actually, yeah, no, sorry, I just wanted to fix it, but I'll do that later. I actually had this at the brewery, had a bunch of their beers, had an amazing time. And sometimes you want to sit there and sort of evaluate a beer, sort of write your tasting notes down. But then you do also want to enjoy the experience there. I was with a friend and you sort of want to soak in the environment. So, you know, I was happy that I got a growler fill of this, so this I can actually sit down and evaluate for you guys. So I guess this is second impressions. Beer comes in a nice glowing orange color. Slightly hazy, but I imagine that might be chill haze. It's, yeah, just a really nice golden color. Not that super hazy stuff, just a little bit gently, a little less clear than some other completely filtered double IPAs. I imagine this probably is filtered too, so let's get the aroma. Oh, okay. I was getting this at the brewery too, not too aggressive on the aromatics, and this is not even that cold. Yeah, I actually didn't warm up this growler too much. I get orange peel up front, a little bit of pine, a little bit of resinous kind of pine thing going on. Yeah, nice kind of bready sweetness, grapefruit, a touch of floral. Pretty tame nose, smells like a West Coast double IPA, again, floral, citrus, a little bit of pine. Cheers. Okay. First thing I will say, the aroma definitely should have popped because this is barely refrigerated. This is actually quite warm. I actually don't generally drink my IPAs around here, but this is really where I think IPAs show themselves very well. When they really warm up, you sort of bring out the sweetness, you really shine the hops through. So I think you do get a great evaluation of beer even at this temperature. Up front, definitely a lot more explosive on the flavor. A lot of grapefruit up front. Again, drinks very much like a West Coast IPA. Grapefruit, pine, good amount of citrus zest, a pithy citrus bitterness on the back end. I even get a touch of tropical, maybe something towards a pineapple, a mango thing, just a little bit. A smack of nice, a crackery malt up front, moves on to a touch of sweetness, but really wonderful malt bill. This is the exact kind of thing I would look for in a quote-unquote West Coast style double IPA. It's really clean and crisp. You get that breadiness initially, and you're worried that it might be too bready of a beer, or even for my preference, I guess some people I have a really low tolerance for how I like my IPAs on malt. And this, again, has that West Coast side, you know, a little bit of breadiness up front, but then it flies away very well. Reminds me actually of Pliny the Elder, that malt bill is just really crisp. It offers, again, a nice familiar kind of breadiness, but dries away from the palate very nicely. A nice bitterness on the back end. That might lean to what I was talking about. You get smacked with a nice, again, West Coast pine needle kind of bitterness, and it really makes the beer nice and crisp. Wow. I do remember liking this, yeah, thinking back to my initial impression. I do remember liking this for how drinkable it is. At 6.5, this almost drinks like a pale ale. I don't know if that's a compliment to the beer, but it is very crisp and clean. Nice hop notes up front. It doesn't really sell itself short, really, for an IPA, because I do like the fact that it is hoppy up front again. Has that wonderful breadiness, but it's crisp and crackery breadiness, and it flies away very nicely, and a stiff bitterness in the back end. So maybe leaning towards an IPA, not really a pale ale, because it does have a medium plus bitterness, and I do like that on this beer. Very good stuff. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, as I drink it more, I get a little bit more orange up front and that grapefruit flavor throughout. Not an explosive beer for me as we're rating. I would give this something like a... If this was the base beer for something that just was more dry hops, a little bit more aromatic, a little bit more hop forward, I would absolutely love it. And it would be up there for me with some of the West Coast IPAs like Alpine's beers, something like Pure Hoppiness or something, or Duet. But it doesn't exactly get that far, but it's still really good. I would give this something like a 90. 94, very happy with it. Yeah, 94 is still very good stuff. Fantastic. So yeah, moving on to the brewery. Went to the brewery, actually went there right before closing, so it was a little bit rushed there, but still got a good experience there. They have an awesome room where I guess you can sit and order flights and just, hang out on picnic benches. And it's in their barrel room. So actually, unfortunately, don't have a picture, but I'll hopefully link you guys below to what their barrel room looks like, their brewery room looks like. So a lot of picnic tables, and you really see their nice barrel setup, and they're just hanging around. Really kind staff. Along with this, I had their double IPA, their Overhead, which is a little bit more robust, a little bit more bitter and bready. But between this beer and that beer, I actually couldn't completely decide which one I liked more. So highly recommend their double IPA as well. Had their Hop Lab Imperial Red Ale. They do a rotational hop lab, sort of like other breweries do it with the Treehouse with their Curiosity series and Hill Farmstead with their Society and Solitude series. This was one of the best amber ales I've ever had. Just really, wow, what is it? It is dank, and it reminds me of some of the Green Flash beers, something like their Green Flash's Red Ale, and also just Green Flash, something like Palate Wrecker, but just a little bit more clean and a little bit more crisp. So really awesome stuff. And onto their dark beers, their Morning Bell is one of the best coffee stouts around. I guess it's a coffee porter, but highly recommend Morning Bell. That's just, it's a 9% beer. My friend and I were sitting there and we're just talking about how we would love to have a pint of that beer. Not for the fact that it's 8%, because that is the dangerous part, but it is so drinkable for a coffee stout. I think there are a lot of, a few amazing coffee stouts out there, something like Treehouse Double Shot, Pizza Boy's Sunny Side Up, and they're all doing different things. Morning Bell, what it does is just a slammable adult coffee chocolate drink, really. And it is so delicious and so just drinkable for 9%, and absolutely love it. I also had, what is it called? Barrel Aged Silent Nights, which is a imperial stout that they brewed, and then it's barrel aged, and this was back from 2013, so 2-year-old vintage. What an amazing beer. Blown away by that beer. Huge kind of barrel notes, this straight up coconut, vanilla, fudge, all the amazing things you want in a barrel aged stout. That, along with their A Night to End All Dawn, a night to end all dawns, I think is what it's called, is their more familiar barrel aged imperial stout, and that is absolutely amazing. That is one of the few beers I think is up there or passes the Bourbon County test, as in quality of, whenever you have a bourbon barrel aged stout, always ask, would I drink Bourbon County right now instead? And Kane's A Night to End All Dawns is definitely up there. Absolutely amazing stuff. So highly recommend Kane. Please check it out. Let me know what you think about Head High. Anyway, until next time, guys. Cheers. Later.